Greetings. Greetings, sis. Welcome in, welcome in. So those 4 taps was me cleansing the energy, and I did 4 to represent the 4 elements of air, water, fire, and earth. Texas water. So, I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. So before we begin, I want to do it differently today. So we're gonna take about 10 to 15 deep breaths, just so we will be able to go within as I share information with you. So let's do the deep breaths. The deep breath is inhaling slowly through your nose. We're gonna hold for 5 seconds and exhale slowly through the mouth. All right. How is everyone feeling out there? Give thanks, sis. Give thanks. So yesterday we talked about having a vision and us getting into visualization meditations. And as I'm in the process of composing my own vision board, I thought about what are the guidelines, the principles, or the pillars of my life, of my household, boundaries within all of my ships, relationships, friendships. So I thought it'd be a good idea for me to share with the flock. I did look it up. A shepherd does have, the sheep are called flocks. Or gathering of sheep are called flocks, to share with the flock today. And 2 came to mind. So I told you guys that I ascended in my yacht when I completed the Sacred Woman, Queen of Fools Sacred Woman program. So I wanted to share the 42 laws on my yacht. These are just one example of a principle or a law that could be the covering of your life. A lot of times all of us, most of the times, a job will hire us and we're going to follow every procedure, protocol, rule. We're going to know what time to be at work, what time to leave. I can't be on my cell phone, what time I'm supposed to go to break, what time I'm supposed to be back. But we have no guidelines for our own lives. So what do you want to call it? Policies, procedures, work instructions, whatever you need to have some type of structure to your life in the way you're moving about your life. That is what we are focusing on. So the 42 laws of my yacht, we recite these as we begin our day and as we end our day, to set the tone for the day, and then to kind of recuperate and see if you stay true to what you are speaking. So in the morning you say, I will not, and then at night you say, I did not. So I will not do wrong. I will not steal. I will not act with violence. I will not kill. I will not act unjustly. I will not cause pain. I will not waste food. I will not lie. I will not desecrate holy places. I will not speak evil. I will not abuse my sexuality. I will not cause the shedding of tears. I will not sow seeds of regret. I will not be an aggressor. I will not act guilefully. I will not lay waste the plowed land. I will not bear false witness. I will not set my mouth in motion against any person. I will not be wrathful and angry except for a just cause. I will not copulate with a man's wife. I will not copulate with a woman's husband. I will not pollute myself. I will not cause terror. I will not pollute the earth. I will not speak in anger. I will not turn from words of right and truth. I will not utter curses. I will not initiate a quarrel. I will not be excitable or contentious. I will not prejudge. I will not be an eavesdropper. I will not speak overmuch. I will not commit treason against my ancestors. I will not waste water. I will not do evil. I will not be arrogant. I will not blaspheme Neter, the one most high. I will not commit fraud. I will not mistreat children. I will not mistreat animals. I will not defraud temple offerings. I will not plunder the land. To me, those are self-explanatory. If you say those every day and every night, then you know you are, and these are guides for within yourself. A lot of times we, again, follow external guides, and that's one thing about the 10 Commandments. It was somebody else giving you the guides or the laws or commandments that you should abide by. But the 42 laws of my yacht are more so that inner work. What are the boundaries within yourself? What are the principles and morals that you're gonna uphold within yourself to live a fulfilling or unconditionally loving life? So that's just one example. That's the 42 laws of my yacht. You can Google those. You can get the Sacred Woman book and study them. The other set I wanted to follow, and again, these are just examples. You can come up with your own. I know they're hella principles and laws that people have constructed that you can follow. Of course, I want you to come up with your own. That's what I'm currently doing as I'm finishing up my vision board. But these are also ones that I have read up on and I apply to my daily life. So the next one, a couple of videos or days ago, I spoke about Don Miguel Ruiz and his son, Don Jose Ruiz. The 4 agreements and the 5th agreement. So the 4 agreements. The first one is being impeccable with your word. Now, being impeccable with your word isn't, to speak in a proper manner, grammatical. No, being impeccable with your word is honoring your word, being loyal to your word. A lot of us speak stuff to ourselves and won't even follow through. I'm not going to do this, and then we end up doing it. Yes, I love this. Greetings, welcome in. Because I had so many copies. Because, when she added the last chapters, or the last couple of chapters, I had to get a new book. So, yeah. But, yeah, so being impeccable with your word is being loyal to your word. Standing on what you say. When it comes to being impeccable with your word, you're supposed to say something so eloquently, and that's not in a sense, again, of speaking proper, but so no one can perceive anything in a negative manner. So if I know I say it wholeheartedly, impeccably, the way you perceive it is within your own insecurities, because I know I did my best to communicate or elaborate in the best manner possible. That is what being impeccable with your word is. The second agreement is don't take anything personal. I think we covered this in the ABCs of accountability with not taking anything personal. Exactly what it says. Don't harbor onto things. If you have an interaction with somebody and it triggers you in a certain way, go within. Do the inner work to figure out, why was I triggered by that? Why did they get a reaction out of me? The only person you can control yourself. Do not take anything personal. Realize that whatever you are feeling based off of that is something that you are dealing with subconsciously. So let me go in and see, am I harboring certain childhood traumas? Am I responding habitually, or am I responding in real time in regards to, or reacting rather? Am I responding versus reacting? The next one is don't make assumptions. Ask a question, ask again. If you got to ask 5 questions to make sure that you are comprehending, so you don't have to assume. Growing up, they taught us, you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you and me. So ask as many questions as possible to make sure that you have a complete understanding versus you sulking in imaginary emotions because you didn't want to have a follow-up question or make sure that you receive clarity. The fourth agreement is always do your best. Whatever it is that you are putting energy into, do it with the intention of it being your best. If you're going to have to do it, you shouldn't be doing it. I told y'all, a lot of us wake up every day hating to go to a job, disliking doing something. It's like, well, change your reality if you don't want to do it. And then you going to this job doing a half-ass job. I hate when I go to a restaurant or anywhere where I'm dealing with retail people. If you don't want to be at work, that has nothing to do with the customer. You applied for that job. So if you're not going to do your best today, either quit, find something else to do, don't come to work today, but don't bring that energy to the customers. The fifth agreement is be skeptical but learn to listen. And I think this is one of my favorite ones because it kind of correlates with that, don't make assumptions. A lot of times I feel like we live in worry or fear. So we go into situations thinking it's not going to work out or thinking anything but the best. If you go into a situation, you have that skepticism about it, but you listen with an open mind to see where it can take you. And to me, listening with an open mind means, where does my feelings take me in regards to this interaction? How do I feel? What is the energy that I'm getting from the people within the circumstances of it? So the 5 agreements: don't make assumptions, don't take anything personal, do your best, and be impeccable with your word. Be skeptical but learn to listen. Those were the 5th agreements and the 42 laws of Maya. These are just a couple of principles or guidelines or pillars that you can apply to your daily life. I do want to challenge you to come up with your own, whether it be personal, professional, pillars you want for your kids as we are creating our vision boards. Yes, I thought that was a good idea to share with everybody because again, we apply for a job and we're gonna follow that job description. We're gonna follow those work instructions. We're gonna follow the policies, the guidelines, and then if you don't, you know what's happening. They're gonna write you up. So how are we assessing ourselves and writing ourselves up when we aren't holding ourselves accountable? Yes, I want you to ponder on it today. So then I'm gonna pull a card. I'm in love with my hindsight deck that I just received. So I'm gonna pull another card from this today. Spirit. Oh, sorry, it popped out. Comparing yourself to others is a disservice to yourself. We are all on different timelines. No two journeys are the same. Each one is unique. The greatest story is the one you experience yourself. Honor where you are today. There is something deeply special about you. Ashe. Comparing yourself to others is a disservice to yourself. So hey, this probably need to be one of the pillars or the principles that we all apply to life today. You are your biggest competitor. You are your biggest competitor. We're all on our own journey. No journey is meant to look exactly the same. No experience is meant to be exactly the same. We all have unique lessons. We all are uniquely and divinely made. We hinder ourselves when we are comparing ourselves to others. Message for today: comparing yourself to others is a disservice to yourself. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Have a beautiful Wednesday, everyone.